Just too many grunts, painkiller. Hey, love to see it. 4 minutes. Just get in and out. Alright, everybody. We have a really cool set of games here because they're all about aggression. They're about trying to play as aggressively as possible on W3 champions because we're trying to climb that ladder, right? We don't want our games to last a long time. We're trying to get in, get out, get some matches. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see how we can do that, you know, while I guess also having some fun. So we have a human opponent here, and as you know, your boy's going that Scout and Grunt. Now I just really, this is now my standard build against human because I just refuse to play Farseer and the Paladin Rifle. I even think the Firelord has a pretty decent matchup against the Archmage as well, especially early. So you see I have a Grunt coming and a Peon as well. I have a Scout Tower here, which this is not going to do much for him because I'm not really planning on raiding his peasants. You know, if I was a Farseer, yes, you were trying to go for those peasants. But I'm not. I'm going with that Firelord. So we have the Grunt here. Grunt allows me to see what's happening here. And what I do, I mean, this is kind of objectively a bad idea to just take free damage, but I don't know, I feel like I always want to get some hits in on the Archmage. Like, is 25 damage on the Archmage worth 200 damage on a Grunt? No. But yet I always do it. I think it's because the moment I see the hero, I'm so ready to start attacking it. Alright, so Grunt's still getting hit, but we are started. So we soul burn the Archmage. And now, yeah, you know, is successfully interrupting what the Archmage is trying to do here. Let's look at the experience. So 88 experience on the Archmage, 0 on the Firelord, but my shop is finished. Wow, sorry if that sneeze was audible. So we get some quick creeping here because, look, we've contained the human opponent. They rightfully and smartfully are just sitting behind their base, because what else are they going to do? And I'm going to use that time to, of course, creep their ogres. Lucky Tome of Agility there, exactly what we want. And now let's just play Contain the Human, right? Yeah, Contain the Human. Putting some damage on the Farseer. I kind of like this a Scout Tower aggressively here, because my opponent's like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing. But still, we are soul burning the Archmage. The Archmage does so little damage to this Grunt. Check it out. So little damage. That Grunt without the soul burn would be at like 200 health. We're trying to get this damage in on the Footman here. Good. We kill a Footman. Now, normally this is a really bad scenario because, wow, look at all my Grunts. They're all low HP. They're not going to be able to fight. But I have the shop right here, right? Yeah, I have the shop right here. So let's see what... Got that level 2, and I figure, okay, that's good. I can get out now and start the healing. Now, does my opponent know I have the Voodoo Loans? No. My opponent has been contained so aggressively in the game, they do not know about my Voodoo Lounge here. And meanwhile, I'm just back. I'm not going to kill the tower here, but, you know, kind of bullying. Say, stay in your lane. Do not leave your base. Because while I like to keep the human contained here, I'll creep as many as I can on the other side of the map. So I just soul burned the Stormreaper Hermit there because I have no idea what that spellcaster does. I'm not going to take the chance. Now this is actually unfortunate. I do lose a Grunt to creep here, guys. Look away. Look away, guys. Don't look. Whatever you do, don't see me lose a Grunt to creeps. No, look at that. So unfortunate. But oh well. We lose a Grunt to creep. But you know, the hero, the Archmage, the human, is like, okay, they're gone. I can finally creep. So they start to creep. But lo and behold, Drazian's coming in. So again, we're just trying to keep the human contained here. Could have got a last hit if I was a little more try-hard, but nope. So lucky item, nice. The Ring of Protection, good TP here, because you're just going to take infinite damage if you try to walk. So you're back in your base. By the way, they had to destroy a tower there because the Blood Mage was locked in. Lol. So now I'm creeping. So, by the way, bad idea. You need to start the creep with Soul Burn. Don't attack and then Soul Burn, because look, he has time to Bloodlust. Bummer. So he has time to Bloodlust and taking extra damage, But it's all right, because, you know, while my human opponent has been in his base, they do see my... Oh, do they? No, they still haven't seen my shop. Now, how's my base going? Have the double barracks. I'm now pumping Grunts, and I'm getting upgrades. This is important, guys. Look at the upgrades. Upgrades are really important for Grunts. I think Grunts are like one of those units because they have so much HP, you need to get upgrades for them. So right now we have the brute strength upgrade and we have the armor upgrade, so they're pretty tanky, right? Tankier than you'd expect. They're about to finish the steel melee weapons upgrade as well. What's that footman doing? Just scouting, I guess. So my human opponent scouting with a footman. You know, he needs to see what's going on. And level 3 Firelord packs a punch. So he's trying to see if I'm... I don't know. He's trying to see if I'm expanding. Did not expand. Nice scouting there by my opponent. And what am I doing? Creeping! Yes, guys. I continue to creep. Continue to creep. Love to see it. Get a little footman kill there. The one that tried to scout my base. And now, what are we going to do? Back to the... So I say this a lot. The Voodoo Lounge serves as a road bump. It not only still keeps the human in their base, because they got to kill it, but it lets me know when to come back to the base after I finish creeping the map. If I was faster, I could have bought some extra salves there, but I mean, man, I love having a level 4 Firelord in this scenario. Take notice of this Tauren Chieftain. So, now, most of you, if you've seen this strategy, you see me go Naga second, but these guard towers are not necessary, but you would have been better off just building units, right? Yeah. But I go the TC here because when you reach a critical mass of grunts and the human opponent is like not wanting to fight you, look at this scouting grunt. This scouting grunt is here just to contain, just to let it be known you cannot leave the base, right? This is just the fun police grunt. Oh, he's at a frog. He had a critter. Oh my god, he had a critter. I really should kill them. That was his mechanical critter? I didn't realize that. So, what is my opponent doing? Well, you can't get rid of... Oh, he sees that. That's so incredible. He sees it with the mechanical critter. Good on you, hero, but this is a funny fight. This is a funny fight. Because, look, Speed Scroll turns the tide. So, let's just take a look at what's actually happening here. I have 2-1 grunts. They do a lot of damage. And look at the Blood Mage. The Blood Mage is trying to steal... Why? I go Endurance Aura. So, when TC in this scenario, I view him as just one big grunt. He's just an additional grunt that makes all my grunts better. So I go Endurance over here. I see that his Archmage is just taking damage. Look, I'm out DPSing the heal. Eventually, you're taking tons of damage, but these grunts are just doing great, you know? Like, they're barely taking any damage. There's no focus fire going on. They're taking 10 damage per footman strike. Why are you trying to give your Archmage mana? Yeah, unfortunate. The Blood Mage, very ineffective here. And I think, you know, this game's pretty much over now, but look at this for comparison. We have a Knight, 30, 38, 5 armor, right? And then we have a Grunt, 23, 32, 3 armor, 825, 8, not bad, but mine's available at tier 1. So in many ways, I just have a ton of Knights. I'm coming at your base. The moment I see these towers, sometimes you just have to say, screw it, I'm going in. So we go all out. We're just going to kill the towers and this game's over, right? Ooh, level 5, level 3. We go level 2 Endurance Aura. See, level 2 Endurance Aura. You don't want to go level 2 Stomp because you're against the Blood Mage. And just look how much extra DPS gets from the Grunts because they attack a bit faster. Same with the Firelord. Note that the Firelord is taking advantage of that too. Very fast. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Yeah. So, GG's. Little containment, right? The human was rarely allowed to leave the base. So, congratulations. Hey, we're trying to farm the ladder. We're playing as aggressive as possible, right? So now we have an Orc versus Orc mirror. Love the Orc versus Orc mirror. I do sometimes go Firelord, but when I really, really want to win and I'm not trying to make any chances, I go Farseer. I go Farseer against Orc because, man, I just love trading with other Farseers because I just don't think they're ready for my level of aggression, and it allows me to make decisions that help me because I know I'm going to go Smork. They don't know I'm going to go Smork. So this is a perfect example of that, actually, this game. Credits to my opponent, Ice Cat, here, because look at what happens in the beginning of the game. Watch this. So he's doing the same thing. Farseer, Grunt, right? And look at me. Farseer, Grunt. So practically identical. But what happens when we come in here? I start doing damage immediately, because this is what I want. Trade, trade, trade. And my opponent gets a nice surround. But he makes a mistake. Needs to attack, because look how much damage he's taking. Sure, you get a surround, but I know to TP immediately. I TP immediately because I don't care about the TP. I care about HP on my Farseer, right? So, you know, on many respects, Ice Cat's feeling good. Wow, got him to force the TP. Got to keep on aggressive. Why? You have 239 HP on your Farseer, and I have 383, so I'm still winning that war, and I'm going right at it. Now, Ice Cat is forced to run away because you have lower HP. And low HP Town Portal is not good in the early game. It's actually really bad. It's probably one of the worst plays you can do in Warcraft 3, if I think about it in the early game, to TP close to your base at 1 HP and still die. And yet, when you play like this, that happens all the time to your opponent. So, always important. When you're chasing the hero and your units are near a headhunter, you just switch targets to the headhunter, right? My grunts will trace the Farseer, and the moment the Farseer is out of range, you gotta switch to the headhunters. Don't ever try to focus fire the wolves because they're not gonna die, but headhunters, yeah, kill those. But look at this. So, wasn't this Farseer winning? I mean, it looked like that. He had the surround, he has his scroll, but as I say many times in Orc Mirror, the Voodoo Lounge is like such a vulnerable thing. So I kill the Voodoo Lounge, and you're gonna have to TP or your Farseer's dead. But wait, your Farseer's dead anyway. See, don't TP here. What does it do? Doink. So TP down for no reason. So if you think about it, right, my TP was used. I mean, it helped me more, right? Always TP at full health. Like the whole, obviously there's situations which you can wait until the last minute, but some players do it and they really shouldn't. So I try to get the wolf here. Do I get the wolf? How much experience do I have? No, I don't get the wolf, so good on my opponent, but I'm deciding to creep. Whenever you get that early kill on the enemy hero, gotta creep, because you're just cementing your lead further. Now my opponent is, this is dangerous. No TP. No TP, and no Town Portal. So my opponent gets back. And let's see how this game's going. So your Voodoo Lounge is going up. You have tier 2. My opponent's about to get tier 2. Now my tech is later. My tech is much later. Significantly later. They have this War Mill thing going on. They don't nearly have as many grunts as I have. So yeah, they have a faster tech than I do. But what am I going to get as an advantage of going the slower tech, right? Well, that's where the Tavern Hero second comes in handy. Because yeah, sure, he has that fast tech. But how is he taking advantage of it? How is my opponent taking advantage of it? Well, they're building a Torn Chieftain. So, do I get a creep here? Nice that my opponent decided to play on the aggressive. I thought I was going to get denied. Slippers of Agility. Cannot get the item. I think he will. Oh, no, I do. Nice. Chain Lightning. So now I'm level 1 versus level 2. Speed Scroll, I believe, confirms a head underkill here, but I probably didn't have to use it. But I'm using Speed Scroll to get in damage on him, I guess. And this is just aggression. This is the aggression I'm talking about. So now I get another grunt. When that Great Hall finishes, I'm going to get the Naga. You have a Bestiary. I don't think you will live to get a chance to use that Bestiary. Scary. So now we have the Naga coming up. Trying to creep. Won't let you. At this point, you just kill the units. Yeah, you don't need to focus heroes when they have so little units. Way more efficient to focus headhunters. They're so slow. Cold Arrow makes them even slower. Does he kill a grunt? Yes, he does. Level 2 kills a grunt and has the Cloak of Shadows, so I'm not going to kill him right now. But I got the units. Ooh, Raider. First Raider out. We need to see some macro by my opponent. Nice stomp, but I got the units at this point. You can see how this strategy really, like, gets a small advantage and then just, like, snowballs it out of control. Yeah, kill that grunt. Nice. Gotta kill the TC. Yep. How much money do you have, actually? Could have bought a healing pot, maybe. GG. So just, you know, from the very go, attacking. From the very get. The game is set, you know, the green flag. Hey, in the comments, who can check this reference? The stage is set, the green flag drops. Oh, nice one. It's an old Blizzard game. Alright, so now, what else? We got more aggressive games, right? We gotta have more aggressive games. Let's see. No Rush. This one's funny. I liked this game. This is another Orc versus Orc game. And we're just gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about rushing and why we like to do it. So we go that Farseer build. My opponent's doing the same thing. And it is kind of funny because we're going identical here. So look at this. Like 2 ships passing in the night. Me and my opponent are doing the identical build. Come in. So do I, but I get the quite advantage because I summon my Spirit Wolves first. Quick lesson. Always summon your Spirit Wolves the moment your Farseer comes out. I'm already getting mana regen. And my cooldown is already reset. So I can... what's it called? So look, I have 210 mana. He has 203. And what do I do here? Go for his hero. Yeah, he's nice, yeah. So I'm a little miss micro there. I didn't get the first jump. He already kind of got in on mine. But can we get the wolf here? No. So we don't get the wolf kill, but now a nice grunt on Farseer. So I'm officially now winning the Farseer trade. Where I want to go, I summon my wolves again, and this is a DPS situation. He should maybe summon his wolves again because my Farseer is so close to him. Definitely with the grunts, I think that would be good. So now my Farseer, I think, can do some blocking here. Yep. Farseer trying to do some body blocks. While also getting the hits in. Just aggression. Oh, this is bad. I must have been a macroing there because I just lost the advantage. I just got hit by 2 grunts. Oh no, Durazion. Say it ain't so. But he's getting hit too. So look at this. 38, 31. We have like identical health. I turned back. Yeah, I turned back and I get it. So we get that Farseer kill. And he gets my as well. Truce. Love it, Pancakes. I'll take it, yeah. So, when I revive back, I just immediately creep. I creep to this spot right here. Got the Gloves of Haste, level 2. What's my opponent doing? Well, this is normally a fine creep to camp, but you know, I'm probably going to be heading straight to your base. So can you finish it in time? Yes. Especially because I take the detour here. So my opponent gets a nice expansion clear there, gets the item, the ring protection 4. Amazing game plan if you're just trying to delete your hero. And now the Orc versus Orc Farseer fundamentals. Just kill the Voodoo Lounge, right? Now, should I have listened to my opponent's truce? Not sure. Okay, so at this point, damage on the Farseer, why not start with a chain lightning? I mean, because he doesn't have access to the healing, I mean, my grunts are higher health than his. I have 1 salve left for the hero. Alright, level 3 is pretty good. No, I believe I just get level 3 wolves here. Yeah, level 3 wolves. And sick it on the Farseer. I'm still putting my grunts here on the Voodoo Lounge because what am I really trying to do, right? I'm trying to deny healing as much as I can. Trying to deny healing. Okay, it is denied. Healing was denied. And my wolves... Now, this is something that actually is pretty bad here. I could have microed the wolves a bit better. But he eventually gets level 3 from my wolf. Yeah, watch this. Yeah, level 3 from my wolf. Uh-oh, I did not respawn fast enough. You see, I tried to resummon him fast enough. Not fast enough. This is, okay, well, what am I doing? Very, suspect. I'm really trying to get this Voodoo Lounge. Now, this is a cool use of TP, I think. Cool use of TP by me. Because what do I not want to get up? The Voodoo Lounge. So I'm already know I'm prepared to use it. The moment he TPs is the moment I TP. Because I really think I can get this. Oh, he didn't have to cancel it, did he? Oh, yeah, he did. And I didn't want to lose that grunt there. So I also get the TP, and he gets the TP, but I get to go TP back to Fountain. That's the advantage. And look at this. I had 2 grunts there the whole time. Oh, microed my grunts, but it's fine. So we have a huge extra army coming. Got a Shadow Hunter and Brute Strength. You know, it's not bad, especially when my opponent is trying to tag, trying to do standard, get a Spirit Lodge. Nah, it's not too standard, but just trying to get his tier 2 tech building. Because this build rarely gets a tier 2 tech building. This time, though, it looks like we did. We're getting walkers. I like that movement here. I can get behind it and kill the Spirit Lodge for free. Yeah. Frustrating for my opponent. And killing some peons, grunts. I believe at this point I have Hex. Yeah, so Hex is just, you know, stops the DPS of their grunt. But also, you know, helps me confirm a kill. I love all these trades because I'm just getting experience right now, right? Another kill. Hasn't killed a grunt since. Just hasn't killed a unit from that skirmish. Killed one now with the chain lightning. Okay. And what do? We got the grunt. We got 2 walkers in production. And we're deciding to creep. When your attack must delay, just creep, because you're getting an advantage on your opponent anyway. Shadow Hunter 2, and I believe Farseer is going to be 4 in a bit, yeah. Let's see how it goes. I am pretty low, I don't have any salves here, so... Brought the Scroll of Town Portal. Aggressive creeping here, will get creep jacked. But that's the game. Hex on the Farseer immediately, he must not like that, especially the speed scroll. You know, it really puts the, onus on the opponent to do something when that speed roll comes out. But now he's going to get double ranged hero sniped. And the rest is like walkers to disenchant, things like that. Yeah, and there you go. How to dispose of an otherwise pretty good WC champion's opponent. Nice. This is a fun one, guys. This match ends in less than 4 minutes. And I just love the way this works sometimes. So my opponent, Night Elf, as you can guess. What game wouldn't end that quick unless it wasn't Night Elf? Going to Barrack. 5 out of 5 for the Grunt Gold. I have my Scouting Grunt here. See what's going on. See the Night Elf stuff. Try to hit some Wisp, which is fun. I think that hurts their micro. It's kind of fun. I think I should do this more. So my Fire Lord, though, comes back. And here it is, guys. You just get soul burned immediately. And the Demon Hunter with soul burn doesn't know what to do. Gosh, neither do I. What would I do if I was getting soul burned at level 1? I definitely wouldn't do this. Definitely wouldn't trade. I mean, where are you really going? To a Moonstone? Okay, but I have a soul burn that's going to drain that just one more time. I mean, Painkiller. I have killed your pain, that's for sure. Just too many grunts, Painkiller. Hey, love to see it. 4 minutes? Just get in and out. I'm not trying to stay in here long. Hey everyone, Nick Editing Head here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. YouTube thinks you're gonna love these videos, right? They literally auto-recommend them for you. And I hear every other YouTuber say that. YouTube thinks you're gonna recommend, YouTube thinks you're gonna like. So I'm gonna start saying it too, right? Is this a thing? Is this the meta? Will this get you guys to subscribe if I say, YouTube thinks you're gonna like these videos? Well, no. How about I think you're gonna like these videos, okay? I think you're gonna like the other videos I made. Alright, so thank you so much. Please subscribe.